my friend, I'm Keisha Kaham, Big Money Mayhem. First of all, I'd like to thank you for jumping on this presentation today. You could be doing anything else, but you decided to stay here and listen to my presentation. I really want to let you know that I really appreciate you. So, this presentation is really just to tell you guys a little about what will be coming along the next few weeks. What I'll be doing on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, I will be putting together some real estate training. I know a lot of people have asked me about real estate and they want to get into the industry. And so many people, they've actually wanted to just jump in the industry. But I've been in real estate since 2002. I made so many mistakes. I've learned so many things. And I met so many different people. And I actually found some people, and they actually got in the real estate industry, but they left out. And I've also spent so much money, over $10,000. I'm still spending now. It taught me so much valuable information that, you know, I'm able to do this and be at the place I am today. But a lot of those trainings didn't teach me one main thing. And that's one thing that I've learned. A lot of people that's actually got in the industry and they got out. And it's about mindset. A lot of people go in real estate. Hey, it's a good industry. You can make a lot of money, but it's a lot of pitfalls. It's a lot of common mistakes that people make every day that they're not aware of. And if you don't have the right mindset, your real estate career will be over with. And that real estate, the word real estate will actually leave a bad taste in your mouth. So it's a lot that goes on to into real estate. A lot of people that sell their courses, they don't actually tell you about. And trust me, I know because I bought those courses. I mean, $3,000 courses. I bought $200, $500 courses. I went through so many trainings. I mean, they actually, you know, they taught me a lot. I will not lie about that. But so at a point of time in my life, I was programmed to think differently. So those courses didn't help me think properly. So you guys, I actually developed and created a course, a real estate training course. I actually did that this year. And I did that because it's a lot. I found out it's a lot of people out here. They go through, they do webinars, they do create courses for people, but they don't actually develop you from the inside out. And so that's why that's what sets me apart from most courses. Not only it develops you from the inside out, you can actually start any business and be successful at any business when you take this course. Not only real estate business, you can succeed in any business. And that the thing that really helps out and that will enable you to succeed at any business is the first part, the first module that I go through is mindset. And then that's the first thing that I will be talking about tonight on the presentation is mindset. I mean, I could take anybody's money, as long as they got my product, I got their money, they can move on. But I don't want that. I want everybody that comes in contact with Lakeisha Hamilton or gets Lakeisha Hamilton's product, I want you to leave with something. I know everybody won't see things as most people see it, but and I know I will have a few people that will say I didn't learn anything. I mean, that's the statistic. I know somebody out there that will say it, but I want the majority of the people that go through my course, even if it's free or if they pay for it to be one of my students, I want them to walk away with something. And I want them to walk away not only with a change of mind, but I want them, if they actually implement everything that I teach them, I want them to start any business that they may have, any business. And I want you to have the right mindset. I mean, if you know your outcome, and if you know why you want to do something, the how will automatically come. A lot of people get it different. They want to know, okay, why? What's your why? That's very important. But if you don't see your outcome and see where you want to be, where you need to be, your why is not that important. I know a lot of people say they want to do things because of their family, but they go every day, they work a 9-to-5 job, come back home, watch TV, then do it again tomorrow. And I'm so tired of people living each day the same as they did yesterday. And so I decided to actually put out some free videos. I mean, I'm going to help you do some things, you know. I just want you to all succeed at doing something. If you like real estate, use this as a vehicle to get what you want. Get the money, and then you go out and you invest in something else. But I want you to use this as a vehicle to get what you want. So let me get off my soapbox. Let me just tell you guys a little about Lush Real Estate Training and a little bit about myself. I'm Lakeisha Hamilton. Like I said, I started my real estate career in 2002. I started off as a bird dog. Then I transitioned to wholesaling. In 2008, the industry, it got a little rough, and I was still a little inexperienced. I didn't have the resources that you guys have here today. I didn't have a lot of people that actually want to come in and do a little free training and hold me by the hand and be like, Keisha, I'll help you. I didn't have that in 2002 when I got started. So I didn't really know how to take it when, the money wasn't coming in. So what I did, a few dollars that I had, I started my own moving and cleaning business. And I also started work back into the corporate world. I went back to work in the corporate world also while running that real estate and cleaning business. But my heart, it was still in real estate. I mean, I was still going to seminars. I was still spending, most of my money on real estate. And I was just doing everything, learning all I could about the real estate world. And in 2011, I actually contemplated suicide. I mean, I had real estate wasn't going as I had planned. My moving and cleaning business, it wasn't going as I had planned. So I just felt like I had 3 failed businesses, and a lot of things that happened to me in my life, and I just felt unworthy. I just didn't want to be here, and I just thought my kids would be better off. I had 3 kids. I still do got 3 kids, but I just felt like, I'm a failure. I can't do anything right. Everything I put my hands on, it just goes berserk. I just couldn't get anything right. And my life was just not going as planned. And as I was growing up, a lot of people kept saying, Keisha, you and your sister gonna be just like your mama. Y'all gonna do this, you gonna do that. Even though I didn't do the things that my mom did, a lot of people around me did, I still felt like I wasn't worthy enough. So, in 2011, I contemplated suicide. And in that suicide letter, I wrote out, it actually turned into a book. And that book is called Breakthrough, A Light in a Dark Place. And actually, I had some pills sitting by my bed. So I did not actually pick up those pills that day. I picked up a pen and wrote out my life and why I no longer wanted to be in this world. And so my suicide letter actually turned into my book that I actually have today. Is on Amazon. It's called Breakthrough, A Light in a Dark Place. And with many failed business, and I actually had a failed marriage of 16 years, and just I actually, and I still do. My hopes of becoming the face of the Forbes magazine, I just kept striving for that. I wanted to be on the Forbes magazine. I still do, and I am going to be on the Forbes magazine. And, I kept working jobs that I hated. I actually worked 2 jobs. I went to school for medical billing and coding, and I actually threw papers at night, and I was still able to manage to be at all of my son's football practices and be at his football game. So I was working in the morning, at night, and going to school in the daytime, and still managing to be a parent. But still, my kids, I was there, but I wasn't there, if you understand what I mean. And not too long ago, a few months ago, my 18-year-old, she's 18 years old now, and she told me, she said, Mom, I used to didn't like you. And I was like, why? I was never around. Why would you like me? And she told me, she said, Mom, that's why I didn't like you, because you never was around. And just imagine your child telling you that they didn't like you because you wasn't around. Guys, I put so much time in the corporate world. I worked overtime. I kept a roof over our head. And we did have lights off, we had water off, we had gas off. We had a rough time, but I did the best that I could. But I did all the that. I was working for a company or somebody that already was living their dream. I was helping them live their dream. But I didn't believe in myself enough to start my own company and succeed at it. I had, my moving and cleaning business and my real estate. It really didn't go right like I planned. And that's all came from my mindset because I felt like I was unworthy. I felt like I was unworthy. And it was just a lot of things that was going on that, I couldn't get it right. And, although I had many setbacks in real estate and I learned so many lessons on how to succeed and run my own successful business, I actually started back flipping real estate. The real estate industry, it had changed a little bit. You couldn't go out there and flip a contract because some things had changed. You actually had to put some money down on the deal. You actually have to have a purchase and sales agreement. So a lot of things had actually changed. And over the years, a few years, I actually I flipped a few contracts, and I actually helped a few friends get into the real estate business. But that didn't last long. And we actually they actually joined my the real estate company. And they wanted the money, but they didn't want to put in the time that needed to be required to start a real estate business or any business. And they wanted the fast cash, and that really wasn't working. So in 2014, I actually ventured off and I started my own real estate company, Lush Profuse Real Estate company. So it's a real estate brokerage that I actually still flip contracts, but I'm legit. I learned how to run a business during all of the little self-help videos I did, real estate seminars, it's women webinars. It's a lot of things that I learned how to run a successful business, and also the mistakes that I ran into in the past. And when I started that company, I had started finding out my niche. It's in houses. You could go get $5,000, $10,000, but you're gonna have to go through 100 deals just to get that one property. So I fell in love with apartment builders. And guys, if you're gonna do anything, you might as well do it big. And of course, flipping contracts on apartment buildings, that's a scary thing. I'm talking about this is $1 million property that you actually have to get under contract and you flip it to an end buyer. But guys, trust me, it can be done. So I learned how to do that. And you can flip one contract a year and you can have 6 figures in your bank account. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go through all the houses. So I learned that. I learned how to flip contracts. And in mid-2015, I actually found a way to get direct in contact with the buyers and sellers. And I was able to cut out the middleman and all the confusions. I had so many people take deals from me because they was in a daisy chain. That's what we call it in the real estate world, a daisy chain. They did a lot of things that I didn't think people would do in the real estate industry, but it's out here. It's a lot of people that don't have any kind of integrity at all. And I feel like in this real estate world or any business, it's money out here to be made. And you don't have to be greedy, want all of it all at once. See, I know how to go get it. And I don't mind sharing it with anybody. But a lot of people, they don't think that way. And I've also had so many people contact me about getting to the real estate industry. But it's a lot of, just like my friends, they got into it. But, they didn't want to do it because things didn't work out the way they planned. But, I was scared to actually train people because they seen the results. But they didn't have the mindset and the attitude of a business person. They just want the fancy cars, the big house, and they want money in their bank account. But it takes a little bit more than that. They could go and get a real estate course like I did, and then they'll teach you how to run a successful business. But statistics say that within 2 to 3 years, 2 to 5 years, or 3 to 5 years, our small business, startup business, fail within that time. And so I learned how to. My business been in October 2014. I'm actually I've been in business for 2 years, and I'm getting better every year. So I'm actually I passed that 2000. Well, I'm almost at that 2-year mark. But next year, I know I'm still in it, and I know that I'll be better off than I am this year because I'm better off this year than I was last year. So I grow every year. And like all I was telling you guys, there's a lot of people that just want to get in it, but they don't take what it is. They don't have what it takes to stay in it. And so I decided to take two of my closest friends through a training course that I developed. And guys, I tell you the truth. They have been the best two students that I ever could ask for. I mean, they ask the right questions. They're coachable, and the most important thing, they believe that they can do it, and that's the thing. And that's what I start off in my real estate training course on mindset, because you have to believe you can do it. You got to see where you want to be before you actually do it. We can start any business, but if you don't believe you can do it, you won't do it. And you can ask them if they want to tell you guys their name. They can put it in at the bottom, but I won't tell them their name. If they want to, they can. But they could go. We've been through so much over the last few months about getting into a deal, and there's been a lot of ups and downs. But they stayed with me. They stayed on it. And guys, we're about to close our first deal. So I'm very excited for the students. And I developed a course, and I want to help you guys also. But in the meantime, what I want to do is help the people that really don't believe. I'm tired of seeing people live the same day over and over again. And what I decided to do, I decided to put up a free video on what I actually teach in my training course. I won't give you everything that's in my training course, but I will give you enough information that will help you along the way. And guys, I've been on this presentation for a little over 15 minutes. I wasn't expecting to be on there that long. But you guys, y'all just stay tuned. Every night, Monday through Friday, well, Monday through Wednesday, every night at 8 o'clock p.m., I'll be pushing up a few videos just for you guys, and you guys can tune in. And please, all I ask, I'm giving you guys my time, and all of it's for free. All I ask, if you like, share, and comment below. You don't have to do all three. If you want to, that's fine. But if you don't, just do one or the other. And I'm Keisha K. Ham, Big Money Mayhem, and I'll see you guys on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.